Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Muddles Furious, Muddles Myths, Muddling Shenanigans. You've got me, you've got the two bros, and you've got Mr. Down Under. Afternoon, gentlemen. How you doing?
Afternoon.
Greetings. Yes, well.
Good, good. Glad to hear it. So let's go around and see what people have been up to. We will start off. Hello, Mal.
Hello. Right. Yeah. Normal morning. Interspersed with posting something off to James for his B24. Yeah. So. So yeah, so nothing out of the ordinary. Modelling wise, I'm not sure who's seen what or where, but since Sunday, anyway, I'll go through it a lot. P51 is ready for a wash. All the decals are on, including the one in amongst the R and K there that I had to cut up to fit. So that's looking all right. I've not done the wash yet because I was hoping to have the Sea Fury deckled up ready for its wash, because I'm going to use pretty much the same wash for the Sea Fury. And I went to add the decals and discovered that there are a number of white decals for this scheme within the decal sheet, the specific part for this aircraft, but there are no placement instructions for them.
Oh, sure.
Let me see if I can explain that a bit better. Is this to me? Yeah. You get, I mean, there's millions of decals. You get the generic placement guide for the markings, and there's plenty of them. And then you get the specific guide for the markings. So each of the three schemes each has an area in the decal sheet for the specific markings, which is brilliant. All works really well. However, at the bottom here on the specific markings for the Royal Australian Navy Sea Fury, you see these numbers in the hundreds, from 106 to 133. They are all white stencil data decals, which obviously replace the black ones, which are here for the generic. But there are no placement guides for them. The placement guides that you see there are for those main markings. So I'm going to phone Airfix and see if there is an amendment for it. It probably isn't, but also to let them know about that. I'm not going to panic over it. I've been working through. You can see it. Some written areas here and there where I've identified by sight, because it's not easy to see the white ones. Where I think they are replacing. So we'll see. Makes life interesting, doesn't it? It's called modelling, I suppose, or not. Yeah. Bizarrely, the Lysander has had its primer coat. I've got a little bit more to do in that. I hadn't fitted the ailerons to the wings, so I've got to give them a bit of a shot of primer. So that can move on. I've done a bit more weathering on the model that should never have been started, the IAR 81C. Weathering pencils. I've done that in the panel areas in a olive drab from the AK weathering pencils, but I've gone over it with buff, which is more of a greeny colour. I think that lightens it. It's a shit, nearly dropped. It's a little bit lighter and just shows up a little bit better, and so it looks. So that's coming on. I've just been looking at the instructions for the antenna wire, which is interesting because it's got 6 cones, insulation cones, and 4 insulators off a tail upstand, which goes to the antenna, which is through the front canopy, which is interesting. So I look forward to doing that. So this is not far off being done, I'm pleased to say. So I'll give it another few months. Because, you know. Anyway, so yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah. Of course, when I primered this, and I had some primer left in the cup and the airbrush, where do you think that went?
Mozzie.
Mozzie, yes, went on the Mozzie. So about that much of the wing on the Mozzie has been primed.
Nerds.
So that moves that on as well. And I made some know this, some don't. And this means that my Apocalypse tank that's being built as a hobnob rescue vehicle. This is off a new Razor I plucked out the other day, and it is it's perfect for what I had in mind for subsurface radar. But I need at least 3 more. So I've had to order another small races. So anyway, so that's moving on as well.
Nice.
Excelente.
Perfect. Yeah, so that's me.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that, Mal. And hello, little old lady.
Hello. What have I been up to? Not a lot. The boss is away, so I'm playing. So I've been on Discord this morning and done a bit of bits and pieces. But I am working on this one. 1.8 Panzer III. Just did some weathering on it, so that's just about to go into the spray booth to get its final matte coat on. Then I've just put antennas on it, or antenna. I'm also working on this one, Stug 3, again, just weathering up, almost finished. Just antennas and matte coat antennas, but I'm also, you get the MG34 with it, which is painted, it's not a problem, but you get nothing with it to put bullets through it. So I was thinking, oh, do I scratch built one? Then I remembered I've got lots of these.
Ooh.
See, where is it? Just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get in that in those sets, you get one.
Oh, right, the circular magazines.
Circular magazine. So I've just cut it off. I just need a file up bit, then I'm going to glue it on. I think I use some pens. I've got a black pen, so I'll just paint it on with that and glue it back in, and that's ready to get matte coated and finished off. So I'll do that this afternoon, hopefully. And because I've got there, I'm going to crack on with the rust on this one. I've got 2 lots of rust to go on it, so I'll be dry brushing on that one. If I've done that, I've got a Sherman crab 1/72 to do, put the chains on. So over there, I'll go and get that one. But I'm just going to work on this one and finish these off. And that's me.
Cool. Thank you very much for that, John. And Mr. Marley.
Hello.
How was Fighter World?
Yeah, good. Yeah, like it's school holidays here at the moment, so big crowds, like lots of people. So they had their biggest day ever yesterday. I wasn't there for it, which is wonderful. There's 500 people through the door, which is insane because we're sort of regional where we are. So yeah, it was all good. Had some, there's one guy paid I think $100 to have a VIP tour of the Hornet by somebody who knew things about them, as what is his only stipulation. And he reckons it was absolutely worth the money, which is interesting. Of course, I didn't tell him anything that I don't tell everybody else anyway. So, they made some money, so that's okay. And then I took the Surge, the model I made, the daughter's car, took it to the mechanic. It failed its MOT, so it'll be probably going to, well, I think my daughter said it's going to be the new Pope-mobile because, it's going to go to God soon. But, maybe it's a bit too recent.
Surely you should have taken the actual car rather than the model.
Yeah, that was my first mistake. Yeah. So on the bench, MiG-23, changing camera. Is well, all the decals are done. I did them the other day. There we are.
Ooh.
So it's got the undercarriage going on now, and that's going to be a bit of a weird sort of process because it is quite strange. Wheel covers and all that sort of stuff are ready to go. What I haven't done is painted the hub caps on the tires yet, but wheels, I should say. Once they're on, then I need to build up the nose. There's lots of photo etch that goes on the nose as well, so I'll just be progressing the undercarriage, the wheels. But yeah, it's I'm enjoying it again, so that's all right.
Good, because I was going to ask you, are you enjoying it again? Because last time I spoke to you, you were not happy with that.
Well, the paint wasn't turning out so well. I just persevered and kept going, and spent a bit of time, all that sort of stuff. So it's looking as good as I can get, I think. The areas that I'm not happy with are just me not paying enough attention to certain seams around the intakes and all that sort of stuff like that. But from a distance, I think it looks looks okay. It looks interesting to me because I'm not used to it, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I'll just sort of crack on with this. And what about you, Steph?
Me? Well, I've done absolutely sweet FA since last Wednesday because we got ready to go away for the weekend. Did a pickup on Friday, a legacy pickup. So this was in there. She wanted it because there's bits and pieces off it. So everything's put back in its original place. It's had a clean up, a wash. So all the dust has gone. and that is ready to go back on Friday. So that is what I've been working on this morning. The sub has progressed a little bit.
Yeah.
I've painted all the interior walls. So if you give me a sec, I shall get you a couple of those so you can see. Those two do. I'll have to go and get the camera in a sec so we can crack on with this. So there's the radio operators bit. So, and there's the sonar man's bit. That bit just needs finishing off. I've got to paint that, so I'll do that now. And there's the other part of the sonar man's bit. So yeah, there's little bits that need finishing off and sorting out, and yeah, that's what I is going to be doing this morning once I've got the camera back in.
Very good.
So what did you all do with your bank holidays? Anything interesting?
No, I just stayed home. We have another, what you'd call bank holiday on Friday. It's our Anzac Day.
All right, cool.
So it's for most people that are working, like a 3-day week. So yeah, a lot of people are just taking the full week off.
Yeah,
But no,
don't do
nothing
bank
planned.
holidays because I'm retired. Every day is a bank holiday.
Mhm.
So,
Um,
well, in fact, you
well,
can't go to the shops on the Monday, so
you can go to the shops.
you can go. Yeah. Well, yeah, you can go to the shop. Won't get anything. So it's not worth it. So yeah, bank holiday, brilliant.
I did go down to that there London.
Come on then, tell us all about it.
I did go and have an experience
That's
for
right.
War of the Worlds, which was bloody awesome. And it made I and Lise laugh because halfway through you stop at a bar. And when we stopped at the bar, they said, right, grab yourself a drink and toilet, usual stuff. So Lise went to the toilet and she came back laughing her head off. She says, "You've got to go to the toilet." I said, "No, I'm fine." She went, "No, really, you've got to go." Okay, why? She said, "Just go to the toilet. If I tell you, it'll spoil it." I'm like, okay, fine. So I just go to the toilet, flush the toilet, and it went, "Ooh la!" And I come out and I'm laughing my head off. And there's a group of people looking at me as I'm coming out. I said, "What's so funny?" I said, "Have you been to the toilet yet?" And they went, "No." I said, "You better go." And all four of them ran for the toilet. And they all came back laughing their heads off as well. So we did that on a Saturday. That was brilliant. Sunday, we went to the O2 to see War of the Worlds live, which was amazing.
Awesome.
Unbelievable. Yeah, there was a couple of things that annoyed me a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's his show, he does what he wants. Daddy's little girl decided she wanted to sing. And Forever Autumn, it's sung by the journalist.
Yes.
Yeah. At the beginning of the second half, they reprised it and they added her in. And she didn't come in very well.
Uh-huh.
She absolutely blew it. And then the Red Weed, had added a discordant piano to it. And
Right.
it's meant to give you that really horrible, weird feeling, that nasty feeling. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. But hey, at the end of the day, it's his. He does what he wants with it. But apart from that, absolutely awesome. Well worth the money. Loved it.
Cool.
Awesome.
if you're a big fan of Jeff Wayne and War of the Worlds, go see it. It is well worth it. And stayed at the Union Jack Club in London, which was really good. And generally had a really, really good time.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. Give me a moment. I'm going to step away from the bench. I want to spray my wheels so I can continue.
Yucky piggy.
In fact, I'll leave my headset off just while I do that. It won't take long.
We can talk about him then.
I was about to say exactly the same thing. Hopefully, John, I will be there for about between 8 and half 8.
Okay. You know, it's not in the same hall as last year.
Where is it?
Hall 2.
Okay.
So the south car parks.
Got you.
I'm hoping the car passes will be in the package we get, or I get on Friday.
Yeah.
And I have literally got everything we need for the stand.
Okie dokie, mate.
Ooh.
didn't take too long. So it was Jeff Wayne actually conducting it or anything like that, or is it just?
Yep. Jeff Wayne was conducting. They also had every single album you could wish to get on sale as well. So the original with Richard Burton, Phil Lynott, Julie Covington, David Essex et al.
Yeah.
They also had the re-release one, which was Liam Neeson and all that lot. And you could buy a record, which was a load of 80s dance and rave guys. Don't know whether you've heard of him. One of them was a guy called Todd Terry, very big in the 80s. He did lots of remixes, and they did remixed a load of it. Some of them are really, really good. Some of them are like, oh, okay. One of the best ones they've got is they've redone it as a Reggie one. It's brilliant. Really is very, very good what they've done. So nice little reggae number.
Oh.
Hey, Spaghetti, here we come. Oops.
Of course, it's the last brew I'm reaching for. So Andor apparently is out today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You haven't watched that yet, have you?
no, first 3 episodes.
So I'll be doing that after the show. My two of my kids have booked the television.
Nice.
Quite frankly, I'm enjoying this probably more than wanting to see that. I've been waiting a while, but you know, just another show. It's always available. I've been trying to get this landing gear together for some time, but it's fairly complicated. That because I, chose to use all this resin for it and stuff like that. And it's a little bit mad.
It'll look good though.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cripes. No, it's sort of weird. No, the instructions aren't very clear. I can see what has to go where, but it's not going to be a real positive fit.
Mm. If you want to try undercarriage that has no, where the instruction will give you no idea how to where they go, you have to use thought, imagination, knowledge, photographs, and everything other than the instructions. is the Hobby Boss P39.
Oh,
It is, yeah. I ended up having to use araldite.
Oh wow.
Good lord.
Oh, this isn't there yet.
It's yeah, just to give it a position and force it to stay. And another one is the Hobby Boss Yak 3. That's got so many parts that make up the undercarriage bay, and again, there's no positive for the undercarriage, which fits to these parts that you have to add to the undercarriage bay. So if you get them slightly out, then the undercarriage is out before you begin. Interesting. The only thing that kept me going on those two was the markings, because I was painting them up. Otherwise, they would have gone in the bin. And the P39 was Air Cutie. So 2 nudes painted on it.
Okay.
Have you not seen that one?
I don't think I have.
Air Cutie. It's got massive nudes painted right on the fuselage side, right down. You know, the exhaust is behind the cockpit.
Yeah,
Behind the
yeah.
cockpit doors. Well, they go from the nose right back to the exhausts. And it's the nudes on each side are different. I'll see if I can get a
P38 was it?
P39.
Oh, 39.
I'm never sure whether it's a D or a. I think it's a D or a C. D, I think.
Air A cutie. Okay.
Air Acuity, yeah.
All right.
Here, I'll show you. First did it for a guy in 48 scale. And I just like the idea of doing it. So here's. I don't know. I'll show you this.
So that one there.
Oh, aye, cool.
Yeah. But painted is much better.
Yeah, of course.
I'll show you mine.
Fanar.
Say again.
Fanar. I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Okay. Have you got one?
You sure he's your brother, John?
Well, I know he's my brother. He was just twisting it round to you. You're obviously not a sapper.
God, no, I wouldn't want to be one either.
You wouldn't want
I
you.
wouldn't have you. How do I get this up?
For half an hour.
For half an hour?
What you do is just say, Steph, can you stick this on the
Oh wow.
It's
Well, that's
painted
smart.
on. It's really.
It's cool, isn't it?
Very.
Yeah, and the other one,
Wow.
get the other side. Do these come up automatically, Steph, or do you have to show them?
I've got to share them.
Have you? Oh, yeah.
Just let me know when you want them putting up.
Yeah. Sorry, I just the two, the two different sides, basically. And that undercarriage one. Pain. Because I wanted to show the whole of the that nose art. Of course, I did the both doors closed, and of course the kit's not designed to have them closed. So it took me about 4 years to get them decently closed up,
Wow.
but I persevered with it. Yeah. Quite like it.
Yeah, well. Do you still have it or is it gone to God?
Oh yeah. It's in a box in a spare room at the moment. Like all my other 30-second scale ones, which is why I don't build 30-second at the moment, apart from the one that should never have been started and mosquito that's up there that I can't get rid of.
The 110.
Well, yeah, the 110. But yeah, but I'm loath to put any more effort into them because they're going to go into boxes for when we move. So there's less chance of them being broken if they're not finished and not in a plastic box in a lorry being driven by somebody that does not appreciate. But then again, it's got to be done, hasn't it? Be nice if Kotari do the P39. I can redo that. No, it's how the first one. She's got a cigarette in her hand.
Let's go for that. Oof.
Oh, crikey.
Hmm. Oh, yes.
All right, there's another bit of paper gone. There.
Well then, let's quickly go around and see what people have got done. So, in reverse order. So we'll start with Mr. Marley. What have you got done, young man?
Well, okay, I've got the two main wheels on and the gear doors, plus these extra other bits that sort of flop under there. So they're okay. But what remains on each side is two of the upper, well, let's say, it'll be easier for to show the image. This is upside down, of course. So the upper flipper door and the lower flipper door. And they're all resin as well, so you know they're much improved. I won't get out the kit ones, but they look lovely with the wash. I think they'll look nice, and of course the actuators are resin as well, plus the actuator struts and all that stuff like that. So there's 4 doors that remain to go on, but that will then have the main gear done and move on to the nose, and that'll take a while. Just because there's all these little stupid bits of brass that I don't even know what they do. And this one here, like, how does it want me to mount that and where? So I don't know. So these are obviously like nose wheel steering and yada yada, but it's not very clear where they go. Like, why is that a separate diagram to that? But yeah, I'll work that out once I get those on, and then you know the flipper doors to the front are easier, just left and right. But yeah, I am enjoying it because it's different, you know. But you know, I was wondering how much of that you'd see. Probably enough. Well, the other thing I've done is I've painted the ordnance. I've got resin missiles, big ones called Apex, and today I ordered 4 smaller ones called Apids. So they'll be resin as well because they'll have a ventral tank, 2 aphid missiles either side of those pylons there, and then on the wing fairings will be the Apex missiles. So it'll look all quite chunky and everything else. But yeah, that's me.
Cool. Thank you very much for that. And hello, little old lady. What have you done?
Hello. This is as it was. Didn't do anything to that apart from put it in a box. I have added the completed MG onto that. We can just see it there. Don't go touch it. So that's ready to go to the spray booth. I've done 2 different busts on top of that just to and glued it in place. It's going to be set like that because this is going to sit between 2 other vehicles. Obviously not Russian, but this is going to go to the spray booth to get gloss coated, so I can do some pan lining, and that's it. Doesn't seem a lot, but it took me all about 50 minutes.
Yeah, it does. It's a while, doesn't it?
Yes.
Thank you very much for that, John. And Mal, what have you got done?
5 decals. But more importantly, 2 of them from the lower section on the far right as you look at it, and in the middle there. So that's a couple of them done, and you can see 2 of them there. So they're sort of worth doing. There's a couple, one on each wing, and then a black line, hand position, walkway job near the cockpit, and that's it. That's all I've managed to do. It's going to take me forever to do any more decals on this. So yeah, it's moved on a bit.
Thank you very much, Mal. Cheers. And me, I've done much the similar. I've done some metallic black bits on there. You can just see it on there. And on there. Just those bits there. So yeah, that's what I've got done. So, if you gentlemen would like to say your batty ties,
Hooray.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
thanks very much for watching. We will be back on Sunday. He won't. I will. Mal, are you on Sunday?
Yeah, no, I'm here Sunday.
Mr. Marley?
Nowhere else.
I'm here.
Cool. Right. Have fun. Stay safe. Keep modelling. Bye.